Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Nalini. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the most requested one, which is how we set up our library and education session every day. So in this video, I'll try to cover how we are working on our library and education session every day. So I'll tell you all that today. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe so that you won't miss out any information about library and education. So let's get started. So the first thing is many people ask me, how do you combine all the sessions together, or how do you split all the right brain education sessions together? So remember when I started right brain education, when my child was an infant, I did not started with all of the programs together. Initially, I started with BITS program. So when I started with BITS program, I made some of the materials ready, which are actually as per my interest, and also I chose topics according to my interest, because I can start with the topics which are interested to me, so that I can make it with more love and affection. So I used to select topics which I like. And also, since my child was an infant, I tend to took the topics which are very easily relatable for her. For example, I chose activities, everyday activities like eating, drinking, laughing, smiling, those kind of action verbs I chose, and then parts of the body. So parts of the body is very very easy for the child to relate, and they will be able to relate it easily better. So eyes, nose, mouth, those kind of topics was the next topic that I started. So these kind of topics were very easy for me to make, as well as it was very relatable for the child as well. So what I did is I used to choose these topics, and I will make the materials ready. So initially when I started with only bits of these topics. Once these topics was shown to my child, and then I started adding the programs eventually later, gradually, when we were in the journey. So initially when we started, I started preparing materials for around 4 or 5 topics, with each of them having some 20 cards or so in each of the category. So first time when I started the flashcard sessions for my child, I started with only 5 cards. So the 5 cards I was actually showing her every day for 2 times a day. So for 2 times a day, I used to show her, and since she was a very very small child, like 5 months, I believe. So 5 months child. So that time she was actually after 2 or 3 days itself, she will just turn away. Not even 3 days. Sometimes with some topics, just 2 days she will just turn away, which means that she might have already grasped it. So I used to quickly change the cards which I show, and so that I get the interest. So I when I change the card, I will check whether the child is actually looking at the cards. So whenever I change the topic, I could see that the child is eyes are glued to the cards, which means they are attentively grasping the information. So once that is done, they will just turn away, which means they have already grasped it. So I will change the cards. So while I am showing the cards which I have already prepared, I will start creating more cards on the topics which we want to upgrade us to. So this way we started with BITS program, and then so once I did this for around 3 weeks of time, where I also had some materials ready for the next 2 months. Not 2 months, but 1 month. Okay, so 1 month I had some enough materials ready. So that is the time I started with reading program. So for reading program, material preparation work was very easy for me, because I used to write the words in the directly in the cards. So I don't need to select the images, I don't need to prepare a PPT, I don't need to print it out, I don't need to laminate. So writing programs are always handy and always easier to start with. So I started with English reading program, in which again I started with the parts of the body, everyday action verbs, and mummy, daddy, her name, my child's name Shraddha, those kind of words, and also some bird names which she used to frequently listen to, like crow, dog, cat, those kind of words I started introducing. So that way she have already seen the images through her bits program, and now she, and also through her books, she would have seen some images, right? So those words I used to incorporate in the reading program. So I used to, when I started, I used to keep my bits program ahead, and after 1 or 2 weeks I used to keep the reading program for the words, I mean for the pictures which we have already seen. Since I started the reading program little bit later, I used to give the same topics which I introduced as bits some 2 3 weeks earlier. So this way I know that she already know the images with that names. Now she is seeing the words presented as part of the reading program. So this is how I started. Now what I was doing is I used to do bits and I used to do reading program simultaneously. These also, this also I continue to do, like in a day I used to show for 2 times a day. And then so once my reading program with English was going consistent, it was for another 2 weeks I did, and then I started with the math program. So now my bits program, my reading program and my math program has to go hand in hand together. Luckily my child was some around some 8 months or so when all these three were started, which means that was the time she also started moving a lot. Around 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, we will have a lot of movement in the child's development. So whenever we are doing a flashcard session, the child will move away because they want to crawl, they want to move from one place to the other, because all these while the baby is just glued to the bed, they were not able to move a bit. So now since they are able to move, they want to explore that. So we have to split the sessions in different timings. Whenever the child is ready, we will have to split it across the day. And especially during the first year, it was very difficult to form a routine, like at this particular point of time we are going to flashcards. So this kind of routine was not possible until Shradhu turned 1 year. So what I do is whenever she is active, or because infants needs a lot of sleep, they will sleep, they don't have a routine yet. So they will sleep, they will wake up at the different times, they will sleep at different times, they will take naps at a surprising time. So we cannot fix a time for everything. So they are just adapting to the new environment after they are born. So we cannot expect a child to have a routine until they are 1 year. So what I do is I used to show the cards at different timings when she is more active. So whenever we have a book reading time, we will use one bits category, and then we will play some other game, and then next during the lunchtime or something I used to show her some math cards, and then we will play for some time. So like that I was splitting my sessions accordingly. But once my child turned 1 year, and also one thing I wanted to mention was during this till 1 year, whatever topic I showed, whatever I show, she used to look at it, because she still don't have exposure to variety of things yet, variety of topics yet. So whatever topic I choose to show her, that is what she wants to, she also will love to see. So till 1 year I used to show her many topics, whatever I feel I am more interested in. So those cards I present to her, she will also happily watch it. But what happened after the first year? Once she turned 1 year, she had some strong likes towards something more, as a child psychology educator, I know this already, that from 1 year, children will have specific interest over something. Okay, so they will definitely need that. For example, even in the feeding, right, in eating, they will have a strong like towards something. That is why from first year they will have some picky eating habits starting. So that is the reason behind this. So similarly, in flashcards also, till 1 year she was seeing whatever flashcards I show, whatever topics I show. But from this time, what happens, she was more interested in animals flashcards. So she used to watch a lot of animal flashcards at that point of time. So she used to watch a lot of animals. She wants to watch only animals. Even though in our bits program, I have some three topics separatedly, but she will want to see only the animals flashcards. So that time, what I did is I saw what she liked. she liked animals. So I was actually prepared topics like prime ministers of India, states of India, and farm animals. Okay, so she liked animals most than any other thing. She did not wanted to see that. She wanted to see only the animals. So what I did is I kept these two topics aside. I did not introduce that time. So what I did is I started creating wild animals, domestic animals, sea animals, baby animals, those kind of different animal topics itself. I started creating dog breeds, cat breeds, those kind of related to that. I started exploring a lot of topics and I started showing that, and she was happily seeing all that. So similar to that, you have to follow your child's interest. If your child is above 1 year of age, you cannot simply stick to the schedule or simply stick to the topics which anybody share. You have to find out what your child is more interested towards, and you can get the materials accordingly. So this is how we started. So once after the first year, she was more into movement these days. So she started walking. She wanted to walk all the time. She never sits in a place, and she was exploring a lot of movements there. And also just during that birthdays and times and all that, even we were very busy in planning her birthdays. We were also very stressful, so we did not focus that much on the, we did not stress out too much on the right brain education session. So I used to do the flashcard session just once a day whenever she is ready, and whatever number of cards she is willing to see, she will see. I will not have a things like I have 20 cards ready, I should show you all 20 cards. It was not like that. So I was just showing whatever cards that she wanted to see. And then after 1 month, what happened is again our things started getting we started getting settled down. And this time what happens is, interestingly, our routines were set. After 1 year, the child will have a sensitivity to order, which means the child will know, okay, after I wake up, I will have to brush my teeth. After that, I will have to take my bath. I will have to eat. So this is how every baby develops. So as a child psychology educator, I'm telling you this. So every baby will have a routine or rhythm set up after they turn 1. So after they turn 1, we were able to establish a routine. So when we established a routine, what I was doing is, once after her breakfast is done, I used to bring her the flashcards box, and I will tell, now it's time for right brain education, or now it's time to see flashcards. Then she just 2 days, and then she automatically know that after breakfast this is going to be our flashcard session. So she, at that time, she was very interested to watch lots of cards. We used to have a lot of categories, and she used to demand more and more and more. She never let me stop also. Even if I stop after our scheduled categories, she wants to see more and more and more. So I had to prepare a lot of topics, lot of new. She was also open to lot of new topics, so I had to prepare all those as well. So based on this, I used to create. So I at that time, I guess we were having some 5 categories in bits, which is like each of them were 10 cards in each category. Since we already have English language program going on, now that my child was demanding for more flashcards, I started with the next language program, which is our mother tongue language, Tamil. So I started with Tamil language when I knew she was ready, because every day we speak to her in Tamil. So I wanted her to know the words as well. So now we had around 13 months. Yeah, around 13 months we had our English reading program, bits program with 5 categories each. I mean 5 categories with 10 cards each, and Tamil reading program, math program. Along with this, we also do activities in between our flashcard sessions. So that was also there. So this is how our routine were started. So this is after that also, after 13 months also till now, that is when Shradhu is 17 months now, we have been following the same routine. After breakfast, we will have our flashcard sessions all together at once. We will be having all of our flashcard sessions. When we are introducing one category and the next category, we will give some 5 to 10 minutes gap in between the categories, and we used to play some right brain stimulation activities in the meantime. So this is how we had developed the rhythm or routine, or however you call it. So this is how it has been. So this is how we used to see, and there are few days when Shradhu don't wants to see so many cards. Just with some cards, she'll be okay and she'll just move away, and I will just pack it up, and that all the other the flashcard session will come for the next day only. So after Shradhu turned one, we are doing only one session for the, I mean, only one time a day each of the categories. So this is how we have been doing till this 17 months up to date. But recently, for the past 1 week, I could see that there is a lot of movements happening with her. She is almost going to be 18 months this 9th of September. So again, as a child psychology educator, I know that 18 months is a major growth spurt is happening with her. She's developing a lot in between, in her developmental needs is also asking her to, there is a lot of development that is happening physically and mentally for her. So so this time she is she's completely in sleep regression, completely in refusing the food. She's not at all eating anything, so she's actually undergoing a growth spurt. So I can also see the same in flashcard sessions also. She's not sitting for a complete stretch. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to split the sessions in throughout the day, and I'm not going to set up all the sessions at one go, just like how I was actually doing before. So now I am going to split the sessions so from tomorrow, that is Monday, from tomorrow I'm going to split the sessions, and I am going to show what my plan from tomorrow is this. I'm not sure whether this will work or not, because I'll have to see how the child enjoys it, and I'll have to make the changes accordingly. But I'll just tell you for an information, if you guys also having the same issue, or the same, if you are also going through the same. So what I'm planning to do is I'm going to show her the bits program right after her breakfast. So if she wants to see lots of bits cards, maybe I can cover all of them in the morning itself. And then I'm planning to show her the reading program during the after lunch, because after lunch she's not taking naps these days. She's sometimes fighting the nap. So I'm just going to introduce the reading program with after lunch, because we have already been in the homemade books phase also. So maybe that will be a nice time to connect with the books, as well as to to show the flashcards of reading program. And then I'm planning to show the math program during the night. So this is what I have planned now. So activities we will do anytime during lunch also, during breakfast, anytime we can do the activities. So activities wise, no, there will be no issues. Only with the programs, to the consistency, I have this plan from tomorrow. So all these years, all these months, we had the other plan which I just shared right now, and I have shared about how we were doing during infancy. So you can actually see that the time that we spend, the effort that we spend as parent was very easier when we started during the infancy. That is why I say the earlier is the better, because parents' effort will be less, and we will be able to form that routine and consistency, etc. So this is how we have been doing. So from tomorrow, I'm going to try the new methodology, and I will see that. Okay, so now it's time to go, guys. Bye bye.